Welcome back to BYU Sports Station. We are live in Studio B and have moved the show over to the Cougar
Dave, get your foot out of the shot. Get your foot's in the shot.
David Nixon is our guest, and Jarom, he can do whatever he wants with this
Yes,
shoes.
he can.
Because he is our guest.
Yes, he can.
And an elite one. D. Nix, welcome back. It's been a while.
It feels cozy. That's why I feel like I can kind of cross my legs.
I know.
I got my buddy Cosmo here.
Unbelievable performance Saturday, by the way.
Yeah.
On Big Noon Kickoff.
Yes. He was at all places. I mean, this guy's got stamina beyond belief. I mean, he does Big Noon Kickoff, then he goes to the game.
And then he's at the volleyball match?
I'm telling you. I mean, it's crazy what one guy can do.
What one wink guy can do.
Okay.
He is unmatched. He is unmatched.
They are unmatched.
All right, we played a game of buy, sell, or hold early in the show today. So we're just going to have you answer the same questions. Straight up, BYU, 10 wins this season. 10 wins in the regular season, not including potential bowl game, just 10 regular season
Big 12
wins.
championship game, and you got the couple of college football games.
Third round playoffs.
Oh, gosh. Are you buying it? Are you buying it?
I'll buy it. But here's the thing. This is something that I've been thinking a lot about lately. I think I've talked to a lot of Cougar fans. I think we're all kind of in the same boat right now. It's tough for us to enjoy what this BYU team is doing right now.
But we should!
It's tough to enjoy because you look at back what happened last year with 5 straight losses, and you know that's potentially in the works. Now, this team listen, this team, it's potentially because it happened, right? It's history.
You think a 5-game losing streak is possible this year?
I mean, anything's possible. But do I think it's going to happen? No. This squad is built completely different than last year's squad.
Yes.
With a ton of offseason additions, mainly TJ Woods, the offensive line coach, which I think is underrated as far as what he has done to this offensive line.
Watch what Bruce Mitchell did as a reserve center on Saturday.
Continue to watch what Caleb has done, Etienne, on the tackle position. I mean, these guys are performing at an elite level. They kept Jake Retzlaff completely clean. No sacks this past week. Allowed him, gave him the time to throw the rock. Kept him clean so he didn't create turnovers. We know that when Jake gets hurried, he tends to rush his decisions and makes bad decisions and turns the ball over. No turnovers offensively for Jake. Obviously, one fumble by Hinckley, but the defense created 4 turnovers. And so BYU +3, I mean, they're just clicking on all cylinders right now. And so when you talk about 10 wins, yes, I think it's very plausible. But are fans still like a little reserved and a little cautious in committing to that? Of course.
Totally.
And I get why.
PTSD.
But it's a little frustrating because you want to enjoy this. And so my message to all Cougar fans is just enjoy this.
Amen.
Enjoy the
That's
13th.
what Kalani said.
Yeah, enjoy the 13th ranked ranking that BYU has right now. Like, that's amazing. You're top 15, right? There's so many things to enjoy. Yes, BYU will probably lose. Like, when I say probably, most likely, it's extremely hard to run the table. And so to your point, 10-2 is that there's 2 losses somewhere in there. So just know that, accept that, and move on with it. And that's in the stage I'm at. Of course, you want to go undefeated. You want to be Utah, right? You have a whole bunch of goals ahead of you. But know that BYU's going to slip up. It's going to happen. They're going to probably be negative in the turnover margin in one of these games and slip up and not perform up to the standard. And that's okay. And what's also okay with that is the fact that in the Big 12, you can afford to lose a game. Maybe 2, hopefully just 1.
Still be in the title game.
Yeah, especially this year. And so just accept it and enjoy it. That's my message.
Jarom, what's the key to happiness?
Managing expectations.
Indeed it is.
We talked about that. What role does 2008 have to do with this, David?
Oh, man.
Your team was 2008, 6-0.
And very good as well.
My senior year, I remember being a captain, and we were riding high. And keep in mind, we were smoking teams, but they were bad teams.
Number 8 in the country.
That was the difference. We were facing Washington team, who at the time we thought was going to be really good with Jake Locker at the helm. They ended up being winless that season. We faced UCLA at home, 59-0. They ended up firing their coach, and they were struggling too. 4-9 or 4-8. So, yes, similar records, but very different in the opponents. I think that's what this BYU team this year has been battle tested. I mean, you've beaten some really good teams that have gone on to look at SMU and Kansas State, haven't lost.
10-0. When they haven't played BYU.
Yeah, I mean, haven't lost. And so BYU's beating good opponents. I would say we were beating what we thought were good opponents, but ended up being bad opponents.
Yeah.
I think when you look at the end of the season, SMU and Kansas State will have very special seasons with maybe just 2 losses for themselves as well. And so for me, that's what boosts my confidence with this team is it's not fool's gold. They're beating solid teams. They're gaining the experience they need, and they're doing it in a dominating fashion. I mean, they're beating the spread. I mean, they're beating what experts think that the BYU should achieve. They're smashing it. Not only beating it, they're smashing it. And so For me, that's the most exciting part about this defense. This team is all three phases. We've seen special teams returning punts, kickoffs for touchdowns. Right? They're competing all three phases and dominating all three phases, to where if all of a sudden defense has a rough game, offense has shown that they can carry the load. They can put up points, and vice versa. And so that's the exciting part. Different from my 6-0 start in the sense that
there were no T-shirts made claiming perfection, whether that was off the field intended or not.
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation for another day. Quest for perfection.
Raise your hand at home if you still have a Quest for Perfection shirt.
Yeah, there's quite a few. But yeah, it's just a different vibe. And yeah, we were clicking all cylinders as well, but we're beating bad teams. This team is beating good teams, and once again, that there's no false sense there. I think these guys are ready to continue to roll for the second half of the season.
I currently have a T-shirt in production that just says simply 4.5 wins. You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. I will break it out at some point when I get it.
I mean, I remember sitting in these chairs back in August, and we talked about this. And I remember people thought we were crazy for going down the schedule and thinking 8-4. I was like, listen, 8-4 is plausible with the returning production that BYU had, and with the stars they added in the offseason, with the transfers in, with Jack Kelly, et cetera. I thought this team it was very plausible to get to 8 wins, and people thought we were crazy.
Would stink.
Yeah, now that'd be a rough season. I also remember having the same conversation last year.
You said 8. You said 8.
I jumped on the bandwagon, so let it be known. Go back and watch the show. But once again, I think people are a little reserved because I remember having the same conversation last year. I distinctly remember when BYU's 5-0.
5-2.
Or 5-2, excuse me. 5-2. They said we said, okay, so should expectations be reset? Like, what's the new expectations? People were like, oh yeah, 8, 9 wins, 10 wins. And then they lost 5.
Felt fair at the time.
Yeah. So it's managing and tempering those expectations, but also at the same time enjoying where BYU's at right now.
Okay, now there's this. There are 5 different respected national pundits, 2 from ESPN, 1 from 24/7 Sports, our guy Brett McMurphy, that all have BYU in the college football playoff right now. A few of them have BYU as the auto bid, winning the Big 12 championship game. They're the at-large, I should say, in 3 of the others, which is something.
Yeah.
Are you buying what the national prognosticators are putting down right now?
Listen, you have to buy it. You have to buy it. BYU's proven that they can hang and they can compete, and they deserve and they belong in the playoff if they continue to perform the way they're performing. And guys, I mean, the coach Klein's not mentioning this to the team, but you look at the remaining schedule, and even UCF's struggling now. UCF at the beginning of the season looked dynamite.
3 losses in a row.
3 straight losses, right? I mean, you look at Oklahoma State, preseason top 25. They're struggling. That's an interesting game this Friday. Very interesting. BYU's future opponents aren't looking like world beaters. Utah. I mean, Utah came in top 15 for weeks. All of a sudden, came rising out. Isaac Wilson.
Unranked.
Yeah, I mean, that team comes off a loss. So it's like, the back half of this schedule, Kansas, once again, you looked at the back half of the preseason, Kansas, oh my gosh, world beaters. They've struggled this season. So that back half doesn't look as daunting as it used to. And so when you look at BYU 6-0, they faced probably the toughest teams in Kansas State and maybe Arizona in this first half. Second half, if they continue to perform, then of course you're in the playoff picture, right? And anything can happen once you get in the playoffs, as we know. You can upset and make runs and be on, be on the same page, and next thing you know, you create something special. But I have to buy, until BYU proves me wrong, you have to buy the scenario where you go to the playoff. I don't know why you would sell that one.
Someone asked me, Spencer, would you take it if BYU made the college football playoff, but they were the 12 seed and they went to Ohio State and got blown out? And I was like, 1,000,000% I would take that.
This is the same discussion people have with basketball. Would you rather go to the NCAA tournament and get knocked out in the first round, or go to the NIT and make a run? And it's like, we go to the tournament every time.
Oh, yes. Are you kidding me? Make the playoff?
No
one cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And frankly, it'll be interesting to see how it all feels this year with the bowl games, because with a 12-team playoff, it'll be interesting to see if the bowls become even more diminished, right? If
the other bowls,
correct. The other bowls, if you don't make the playoff,
like if BYU goes to the Alamo Bowl,
how that feels, because I think once again all the attention will still be on the playoff, more so than it has been in the past.
Sure.
In the past, it's only 2 games, right? 3 games total, but 2 games in the first round. Now this will have so much more attention getting ready for all those games that these bowl games might not get near the attention that they would normally. So it'll be interesting. So even more reason BYU needs to try to aspire and make that playoff.
If you want more David Nixon, easy. Watch after further review. Watch after further review.
I will say this: these shows have been a blast. We love recapping wins. We joke too that I remember days of having to recap Liberty losses and UMass losses. This is fun.
I actually erased mentally anything pre-Big 12, so I don't even know what you're talking about.
That's what makes this special.
I was told I won a Heisman and won a national title. That's awesome.
Yeah,
if it took losing to UMass at home to get here, fine.
Hey, listen, fans, we're having a blast. Come join us on the show.
Yep.
We recap all the great plays. There's some bad plays in there. We'll talk about why they didn't work. But all in all, right now, there's a lot of good plays to show because that's what this BYU team is doing. They're executing at a very high level. And it's been fun to watch and showing with the results. I mean, they're dominating right now.
7 Eastern after further review, David Nixon and company.